If we're ready to go, I can start with my thing. Hang on just a sec. Let me pull it up. I mean, it's not a lot. I specifically related this to my field of study as a video editor because I feel like that really relates to this whole overall concept pretty succinctly.
Hmm.
Yeah. I am an editor. Editing is often called the invisible art. In essence, it is my job to make myself unseen. Generally speaking, you know an editor is good if you don't notice they did anything at all. People in my line of work are usually only seen when they make a mistake. However, in order to get work in the first place, we must draw attention to ourselves. So I am only seen when I do things wrong, and it is my job to make myself unseen. But in order to be allowed to make myself unseen, I must first make myself seen. And that's what I have.
Very cool.
Love it.
Hmm.
Mm,
Mhm.
Very interesting. I actually just saw the other day, like, how they edited one of the shows that I really liked that recently came out. And I was like, I didn't even know editors did that. I feel like
mm.
they actually make the show.
Yeah.
Even though you never like think about the editing or like how many times they change like the angles of the camera and all that. I was like, what the
Mhm.
heck?
Yeah, editing
Yeah.
is arguably the most important part of media production. Yet by nature of what it is the one that gets the least focus and attention.
Mm. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow. I didn't think of it that way. Because I know for a fact, like in Hollywood, they would they have these big cameras and they would have to keep moving everything. All like the cameras, and they have to be skilled in order to if the actor runs or if they're dancing, they have to get every single shot.
Mhm.
Like I don't know how they do it.
That a lot of rehearsal mainly.
Yeah.
Can I ask what your goal is with your editing career?
I don't 100% know at this stage, if I'm being honest.
What would
I
your like
don't,
dream job or position be?
I mean, I mean, hon- Honestly, I think like editing music videos and the like, that seems like it would be
That would be
fun because like there's a very particular kind of editing that goes into that, and that very much seems like that just the kinds of things that I like making in my free time seem more in line with that than working on like a more like traditional narrative film based thing.
okay.
Very cool.
I don't have anything set in stone yet, but
Hmm.
that would be something that I would like to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
like I said at the top, I don't have a ton else for this,
Hmm.
but that is that is what I have.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I want to get mine over with. Can I go next?
Yeah.
I
Well,
will
that works.
say mine is kind of like is the same thing as Devin's. I don't have a physical copy. The only
Denver.
physical copy that I have is the rough draft. The final, however, is on the computer. So I need to eventually I will turn in my rough draft, most likely after this meeting. So I put mine on a computer. Well, it starts with being seen means to say hello and to those who don't talk to anyone or having a bad day, engaging in conversations and making someone's day by texting them or showing them a funny video and calling them. Being seen is more than just showing up to class and physically being there. It is making new friends. Being unseen is different because it involves, I mean, it's the same thing, but it's more, you're on a computer screen. There are times you feel there, what, by someone physically there to talk to, but times you feel isolated. But either way, you're still productive and you're engaging and you're still on task. If you put in effort, you'll succeed.
All right.
Yeah.
I know. I kind of rushed mine, so because I needed to get it turned in by Sunday, so that's
No,
all I
that was
can
good.
It's good.
think of. Well, my rough draft was completely different. So
That's
eventually I will
fine.
turn that in. I have to change some of the wording on my rough draft, and I haven't gotten time to do that. So I didn't even color it either.
It sounds like seen and unseen is a lot about how you show up for you.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's more like I'd say it's a little more personal, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the personal side of it. That's how I viewed it. Mm. Anyone want to go next?
I can go next. Okay. Um, Unseen is the natural state of all online students. I've gone entire classes without ever putting a face to the names, leaving comments on discussion boards, or emailing teachers without ever really being known. We become just another notification on someone's screen. This project was the opposite of that. We got to pull the viewer into our world. We let each other into our everyday lives as online students. Come see how and where I learn, the spaces that shape me. Sorry. See how my environment makes me feel, the struggles I face, and all the small joys that come with it. Notice not just the challenges, but the fun I find in it and how personal it all becomes learning behind a screen. We met up weekly over Zoom, and through those little windows, we got to know each other better. I showed my car and my desk, even my job, and others showed us their home, their beds and pets. I know, I'm sorry. I got to know them, and they got to know me beyond the computer screen. Being seen isn't just about knowing my face, it's about knowing my goals, my approach to art, and how I work through projects. I like showing up early. I'm a planner, and I'm never shy when it comes to speaking my mind. In a space where it's easy to feel invisible, this project was a good reminder that being seen is about sharing your time, creating connections and letting people into your world, even if it's only through a screen. No matter how distant online learning can feel, there are always ways to make it personal and meaningful.
Ooh.
I really
Oh,
like that.
Very
yeah,
good.
I like that too.
Thank you.
I like the drawings.
Thank you. I was
Oh,
going with just doodles.
are
Because,
you able to show the drawings?
yeah.
Yay.
Uh, can you see?
Cute.
Aw,
Mm,
I
Look
like
at
the
my
little teddy
little,
bear.
and I have like a little, I
Mhm.
don't know if you can see it, weird caterpillar on the side.
Didn't you have the caterpillar in your
My
first
collage.
part? Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the things that I doodled are things that were also in my collage to kind
Hmm.
of like put it together. But I think they were also in my collage because these are things that I doodle like mindlessly sometimes. Like usually when I'm in a Zoom call with you guys or something, or just in general, I'll be like doodling on the edge of my paper. So that's basically what I did with this.
Hey, I like that.
Um, I like how you talked about like the way to be seen is to put yourself out there, like make yourself seen, and that builds more community and more connection. And it's about the work that you do.
Hmm.
Did I read that right, or am I like
Yeah. No,
okay?
no, you're dead on. Yeah. I'm glad my message got across.
So I've been struggling a lot this semester, honestly since like last October, with like different things in my life and with my being like unmedicated with my ADHD. And today's my first day actually medicated with something that works, so it's been a good day.
Yes.
But I wish
Hmm.
that I would have been more honest with myself and like been more self-aware to know like when I needed help, because I just let everyone convince me that I didn't have options. And I was honestly kind of scared of medication for a long while. And like against it because of, like I felt like society wasn't set up to support me, but I'm having to like understand that
There's
I have to just take care of myself and be in a good space to succeed, whether that's in person or online, and being able to know what's best for you is very important. So I wrote it, I wrote my manifesto and then I like doodled. And the way that I doodle or draw in general and illustrate, the way that I enjoy doing it is trying to do it like intuitively and like not question it and just like have fun with it, and like whatever I want to draw, I draw, and I don't try to like make sense of it as I'm doing it, but then I go back later and I make sense of it, and I love the way it turned out. So let me read it and then I'll explain the illustration. Um, I exist in the space between fire and smoke, structure and flow, seen and unseen. Fire burns bold, impossible to ignore, while smoke drifts freely, slipping through cracks, refusing to be contained. I am both. I have always been both. In a world that demands I follow a straight path, I have learned in spirals. The rigid structures of education have tried to measure me by their standards, forcing my mind into boxes too small to contain its depth. But I am not linear. I am not just what is written in the syllabus or the checkbox of a rubric. I am the pause between thoughts, the spark of curiosity that refuses to be extinguished. They say learning happens within walls, within frameworks, within expectations, but my mind wanders beyond them, seeking knowledge not just through screens, but in symbols and synchronicities and the unseen forces that guide me. My way of learning is sacred, it is intuitive, it is deeply felt. For too long, I've tried to make myself fit, tried to quiet the voice that tells me there's another way, but I am reclaiming my own rhythm. I'm learning how to learn on my own terms. And in doing so, I create space for others who have been told they are too much, too unfocused, too different. I like the fire possibility, and I let the smoke lead the way. I do not control the way others see me, but I will no longer distort myself to be more easily understood. If I am seen, let it be for who I truly am. If I remain unseen, let it be because I am moving beyond the limits set for me.
I really like how you rhymed.
wow.
So that's that. And